Let's continue. Let me share my screen. And let's continue with the irregular nouns. I want to note here where you see the masculine el jefe and the feminine la jefe y la jefa. I never say jefa. I don't know. When I lived in Mexico, I never heard that word. I heard la jefe, but I never tried to make that into a feminine. Because of course, when you go to a country, you imitate the way the people are speaking. That's why you should be careful who you are with, because you might imitate a register that's not considered positive in a country. So I never heard la jefa. I always heard la jefe. And here you're seeing when both things are la celebridad, right? You're not talking, it doesn't matter whether you're talking about a male or female, they're both female. Isn't that interesting? El ligue. I don't think I heard that word that much, but I know the word. But whether it's a male or female, it's both male. Interesting. I love these kind of words in which just the article changes. The word itself, el mañana is tomorrow, but la mañana is morning. They're like our homophones. They're like our homographs. I always get those two words mixed up. And these are irregular because the word changes completely. El marido, la mujer. I don't know if this would be considered sexist in Spanish, But in English, it seems very, the man's title changed, el marido, but the woman's title doesn't change, la mujer. I prefer the word esposos, el esposo, la esposa. Because it's what they're really saying is husband and woman. Be very careful using that word marimacho. I think it has a much more negative meaning than tomboy in English. I'm just checking my time to make sure that I don't run over too much. I think after the end, I'm going to cut it off again. El modelo, la modelo. Interesting. And they both mean model. This is a word you would swear it would be masculine, la moto, even though it ends in O, but it's feminine. Okay, I'm gonna cut it off at the end. So this would be irregular nouns in Spanish, two, from ma until nariz. I think I'm gonna start it with the end though. All of the end. I'm gonna start with the end, even though I have a little bit on the end here. So these are irregular nouns in Spanish, and it explains on the card why it's considered irregular. This can do two things. It can help you, well, one thing it can do is to help you to learn more vocabulary because I have the English translation. But another thing, you can start getting used to when they say irregular in Spanish, what do they mean? It's not the same thing as saying irregular in English. The only thing they have in common is the following. What does the word irregular mean? The word irregular means it doesn't follow the rule. And if it doesn't follow the rule, I don't care if it makes it much more complicated or not following the rule makes it much more simple. It doesn't, or simpler. I don't know if it's simpler or more simple. Simpler, I don't care. The thing is that it's irregular. The verb can, right? It's not following the rule to be able to makes it much simpler. You don't have to worry about the S and all this stuff. It's I, you, we, they, he, she, it can. You don't even have to worry about to can because there's no infinitive form. So it's less complicated. In English, as an example of it being less complicated, it doesn't matter though. It's irregular. If it's irregular, it does not follow the rule. So this is Coralla Fickler McLean. Welcome, WYLCONE .com. Thank you. If what I've shown you have been any help, I would appreciate if you would subscribe so I can get 1 million subscriptions so I can start doing this as a full-time position rather than just doing this part-time. Thank you. So I'm going to stop sharing. And I'm going to say thank you and have a good day.